All right, team, so let's look at how we need to set up our blinks. So here is our lathe. This here is called our mandrel. We're going to have 3 bushing. One's going to have just 1 dot, one will be painted solid, and one will have nothing. All right, so it's important to keep the order of these because they're slightly different lengths, and it will help everything match up to our cut on this end. So we're going to remove this nut. These ones are partially turned down. We're going to slide the one on, so our single dot goes always to this end, right? Then we're going to put on our painted bushing. Then we're going to put on bushing, and we're making this kind of sandwich. Then we're tightening this on, holding this end of the stock, and just tightening it down. So, because if we don't hold this end, it's just going to tighten. And we're going to tighten that down till it's snug, but not over tight. If you over tighten it, you can actually compress the wood. You can crack this here, like it happened to this one already. So that's what you don't want to do. Then we're going to move in our section to hold in our butt stock. This you can loosen, and we are going to tighten this down snugly once again, but not over tighten it, and lock that in, which is going to hold everything down. So before you actually start turning on the machine or anything, right, because one, we want to make sure we have our face mask on and we have our apron on. We've removed everything. Our apron's tied, pulling like all of our excess material back. And I want you to just practice here, and this is really important. So watch what I'm doing with my hands here. Once again, this here needs to be engaged with this top rail. You don't want it to engage up here and slap down, okay? That is bad. You want it to so there's really 2 axes here, right? There's this axis, which is an x-axis, and then this axis, which is a y-axis. So our left hand, I am right-handed, right? So my left hand, that's going to control my x-axis, okay? My right hand is going to control my y-axis. So this is how that's going to look, right? I'm kind of holding this like almost like a pencil, right? So my 2 fingers underneath, 2 fingers on top. These fingers are applying that downward pressure on this running rail, okay? So that's this, and that's really to control, once again, this x-axis. Now, for my y-axis, on this section right here, I'm actually going to pinch this, and I'm going to use my fingers as a physical stop, all right? So that's my y-axis, and I'm going to just, every time I move, and I need to move forward, I'm going to find this edge, I'm going to slide back just a little bit, pinch again, and move forward. And my fingers are going to be what's physically stopping it on the y-axis. Bump forward, right? Turn that. Move back, just slightly pinch, move forward, coming into contact with that stock, right? I'm barely grabbing that material here, okay? And you just want to practice, right? So the first time you come up to turn, your piece is going to be square. Just work on taking that, bumping it forward, moving. Bump forward, move, bump forward, move, all right? And just really, if you take a big bite into that material, right? Like this is a big bite. You can grab that and actually just kind of crack that, which is happening here, okay? Right? And if you, once again, if I take too big of a bite and it grabs that material, right? It can just go and do exactly this, crack that material off, okay? We don't want that to happen, right? You want to take a small amount to grab, okay? And just be removing a little bit of material as that's spinning, right? And you can, I'm doing this with my hand right here, right? but this is about the material that you want to be taking off. Just a small amount, right? Small amount of material turning like this. So again, just practice how that's going to feel in your hand. Do not at any point in time, right? If you get down here and you're fighting, you need to slow down. Do not touch the metal to metal, right? This metal doesn't bite. This will ruin your part. This will ruin the lathe. It can ruin a lot of things. So do not touch the metal when it is spinning over at any point in time, whether it's this metal, this metal, this metal, doesn't matter. Don't touch the metal, okay? This blade should only come in contact with the wood, right, as it's turning down. So lastly, right, again, our fingers, they don't go in front of this white line. This is our safety stop, okay? And we do not put the fingers in front of this line when this machine's on. Obviously, to get the machine on and off, or to get your parts to turn on and off, you're going to have to go in front of this line. But when this is on and engaged, those fingers, so don't start with your finger up here and then keep moving forward, right? If you start with your finger here and you need to move forward, you can just reset, move those fingers back, applying that downward pressure there, okay? So this is what you're looking for. Same thing when we're on to turning, right? You're going to take your foot pedal, you'll turn everything off, right? You can run everything through. You would have your machine turned all the way to the lowest function, okay? I'm going to put my face mask down, and my machine's going to be turned on, and I got two hands, and now when I step on that foot pedal to engage, to start sanding that down, okay, I'm engaging. Again, look at my fingers, right? When I'm doing that, note my fingers are back behind this, right? I'm not engaging up here, this and that, keeping my fingers back behind this. If I need to, even while that's moving, if I don't feel safe and I need to let go and let that wrap around, that's okay. Do not, when this is on, your fingers do not go in front of this line. That's a very important safety precaution, okay? Fingers behind this line. Again, turn the slide on for you guys. Again, practice this right here. When you're getting up to that machine and everything's loaded up, if I'm not there, you're just practicing this right here, moving it forward. Not a big bite forward. Don't practice here to here, right? Just, again, that tiny little bite forward. You got this.